It's allowed. It's legal. Go kill them. I lived in Saudi Arabia. In Riyadh, in Jeddah, they put this block right there. And these men, 7 men, converted to Christianity. This guy with a big sword, he was chained, his arm and his legs, and he was big, massive, just like, and it was not muscles. And as he stood there on that block, these guys, he will take the sword and poke them in the side, and when they go like this, he will take their head off, and their head will roll down to the ground, screaming. Have you seen a head rolling down to the ground screaming? These people converted to Christianity, and they met their God that day. They were Muslims. They were willing to die for what they believe. These people understood the truth. Muhammad says Islam started as stranger and will end up as stranger. And they're racing before that finish. I want to show the first clip, if we have time, please.
Just to show where our loyalty belongs to. You see this flag here? It's going to go on the floor. And to us, our loyalty does not belong to this flag. Our loyalty belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! La ilaha illallah! Muhammadur Rasulullah! La ilaha illallah! Washahid Habibullah! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! La ilaha illallah! Muhammadur Rasulullah! Muhammadur Rasulullah! La ilaha illallah! La ilaha illallah! Washahid Habibullah! Washahid Habibullah! To us, that flag represents the war on Islam and Muslims. To us Muslims, that flag represents the Crusader War on Islam headed by the United States government. To us Muslims, that flag represents the biggest terrorist state in the whole world. Muslims, to purify our belief, to purify our tawheed, and to show our oneness in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we disassociate ourselves to represent anything that this flag stands for, represents or calls for. Let this point be known to the people in general, as well as the Muslims. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. We Muslims, we are doing this. We have a legal permit, and we are doing this. You Muslims who are hiding in your houses, don't be afraid. Come and join us.
This is in Washington, D.C. This is not in Mideast. This is in Washington, D.C., the capital state of the United States of America. These people, they don't have to go overseas to recruit terrorists. They can recruit them here in the United States and make them terrorists and invade this country. This is in your backyard. This is in your backyard. Think about this. These people are not afraid to say who they are. Are you afraid that you are a believer today? Galatians 6 and 10, it says, so let's now not allow ourselves to get exhausted doing good at the right time, and we will harvest good crop if we don't give up or quit. Right now, therefore, every time we get the chance, let us work for the benefits of all, starting with the people closest to us in our community. The harvest is here. The Word of God says the harvest is plentiful, the workers are few. If we don't harvest those people, if we don't bring them to Christ, they will take us to Islam. They will take you and your children and your grandchildren, and you don't have to worry about it. You may as well surrender. We must fight the good fight. How long the Christian have to stay asleep? The Christians throughout the earth are getting killed. The bird stopped singing, and Jesus crying out, how long? How long? There's a war in heaven on our behalf. How about here on earth? 2 Chronicles 7 and 14 says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and return from their wicked ways, then they will hear from heaven, and then we will heal their land. This is the promise of God. We must fight. Revelation 12 and 11. And they overcame him because of the blood of the Lamb and because of the word of their testimony. What is your testimony today? What did the Lord has done for you? What has He done for you? How did you become Christians? Tell your story. Share it with others. Love people. Tell them this is how I came to Christ. It's your story. Nobody can steal it from you. Nobody can tell you. This is how we become leaders. We become pastors, proud of who we are. We must fight the good fight. Revelation 3 and 16, it says, you are lukewarm. Because you are lukewarm and neither hot or cold, before long I will vomit you out of my mouth. We must vomit every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God in our life. And when we do so, God will bless us. We must do it before we are vomited. The Muslims today are fighting for your home, finances, children, your country, and everything you have. The Muslims are today, they are not afraid. They're challenging churches in South Carolina, North Carolina, in Iowa. They're calling on the Christian to come to Islam right in front of the churches. Ezekiel 33 and 1 through 4, and says, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, speak to the sons of your people and say to them, if I bring the sword upon the land, and the people of the land take one man from among them and make him their watchman, and he sees the sword coming down on the land, and blow the trumpet and warn the people, then who hears the sound of the trumpet and does not take warning, the sword comes and take him away, his blood will be on his own head. Today, Pastor Jack has fed you something a lot of people could not and do not hear. You must take this and give it to other people. You could not keep it to yourself. Because it's those who save themselves, they are lost. Ezekiel 22 and 30, it says, I searched for a man among them. I searched for a man among them. Who would stand? Who will build the wall? Who will stand in the gap? And I found none. And God destroyed it. Jeremiah 33 and 3, he said, call upon me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things that you do not know. Like I said in the beginning, this is not a hate message. These people are doing what they're doing because that's what they learned from their childhood. Once I was lost, but now I'm found. Some people, 3 men, loved me to Christ and gave me new life. This life that's given to me is the most precious thing, and today I will put my life on the line for it. I will live. If my life is to be taken, I don't care, because my Maker is greater. The apostle understood this. Luke 6 and 27. This is what Jesus said, but I say to you who hear, love your enemy and be good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you and pray for those who spitefully use you. We are the only faith believing that does not hate or kill, because Jesus Christ already did it for us. So we must love them back to life.